I mean, are you seeing what I'm seeing? So I reviewed the TN36 UT, the TN40, and now the TN42. The TN36 UT with its 3 XHP70 LEDs puts out 7,300 lumens. And when I did the review, I compared this to the headlights on my car. It's a massively floody beam with not much range as far as the spot goes. Enter the TN40. With this, you got some serious light that you're putting down range. 4,450 lumens out of its 4 XPL high LEDs. So today we have the TN42. Now this is one large flashlight compared to what we've been looking at before. I mean, it's got the head that's the size of a grapefruit. And in a hurricane, you could probably use this thing to anchor yourself to the ground. But get past that and you've got a lightsaber in your hand. This light may only have a single XHP35 LED, but it throws light 1,550 meters compared to the 1,151 meters of the TN40. It also has twice the intensity at 600,750 that you're going to see later on in the night shots. What do I like about the TN42? It's a fantastic light for search and rescue. It's a fantastic light to keep in your car, which is where I've stored the TN40. It takes 4 18650s, nothing special there these days, and it puts a whopping amount of light downrange. This light is all spot. Not much flood to it at all. As I said, a large reflector on the front, pretty similar in size to the TN40's reflector, although you can see that it is quite a bit taller because you've got that deep reflector. I mean, if you forgot your mirror, you could certainly use the reflector in the TN42. So the TN42 comes in 2 versions. One without an onboard charger, and I believe one with an onboard charger, just like I have here in the TN40. Now on the TN40, when you unscrew the battery compartment, you can't get to the cells inside. So you do have to use the adapter that plugs into the wall and plugs into this light. It's not micro USB. That's the way you have to charge it. I actually prefer going with the non-rechargeable version so that what you have inside, when you pull out this mortar shell of a battery case, is you actually have 4 18650s that you can pull out and charge separately using the charger of your choice. Same knurling that you find on the 36 UT and the 40. Now just like the 40, the 42 does come with a shoulder strap, which is nice. It makes it nice for carrying this over your shoulder, let's say in a search and rescue situation. However, what I was hoping they would upgrade from the 40 that they did not upgrade is the placement of the button or of the shoulder strap. You can see that it goes right over the button, so that when you have this over your shoulder, the front of this sometimes gets in the way. Now what it is handy for is that it lets you know where the button is. But again, I think they could have placed that off to the side somehow so that it's not directly in way of the button. Operation is super simple, just like the other two. Press it once to turn the light on. It's got a memory function. It's going to go right back to where you had it before. Press the button again to turn it right off. You can hold it down to get into your lowest setting, which on this light is 0.8 lumens. You hold the button down to cycle through your other modes. You have 38 lumens, 256 lumens, and 780 lumens. And then you jump up to the 2000 lumens. That makes the landing lights on a jumbo jet jealous. 2000 lumens doesn't seem like a lot these days. In the past few days I've reviewed several flashlights that were 9300 lumens, 9000 lumens. But with the tightness of the beam on this flashlight, it puts light a long ways away. The TN40 and the TN42 are two fantastic searchlights. Two fantastic lights that put a lot of light downrange. If you want something that's got a little bit tighter hotspot and shoots an incredible distance, the TN42, especially in my opinion, if you get it without the proprietary charger and just being able to charge those 18650s on your own, makes a great light. If you want a little more flood, something just a little bit smaller, go with the TN40. Either way, two crazy flashlights that shoot a crazy distance. So the brightest of the three is the TN36 UT that I previously reviewed at 7300 lumens. And in that video I showed the difference between this light and my car's headlamps, and you can see why. It doesn't have much distance to it. It shoots out 285 meters with an intensity of 20,360. So this light is more for just your immediate area. It is a ton of flood, very little if any hotspot, and really for just lighting up your immediate area. You can see with the TN40 it's a different story. You've got the 4 XPL highs, max lumens of 4,450, which is more than the TN42. However, it's not as intense. It's about half as intense, meaning the hotspot isn't as focused and shoots out 1,151 meters. So if I raise the light up here, you can see how far it shoots out. I can hit all those trees there, all the way in the background. Another thing I have to do is I have to measure this field. I'm going to come to this same spot for flashlight reviews from now on, and so I need to measure the distance. But you can see that it shoots quite a ways with a very powerful beam. Then we jump up to the almost laser beam of the TN42. Again, not quite as bright, 2000 lumens as opposed to 4450 on the TN40, but it shoots out 1,550 meters with a intensity of 600,750. And then when I raise this up, you can see that we get a narrower beam, but a much stronger beam focusing downrange. So let's compare the two, the TN42 on the left and the TN40 on the right. Again, more intense on the left with a much tighter beam. When we raise them up, you can see that it is brighter downrange on the TN42 with just a little bit smaller hotspot. Either way, super bright lights, but the TN42 is just a laser beam. So I can show you some of the other lumen levels. This is 38 lumens and it almost reaches downrange. Not quite. It does light up the immediate area with a very tight hotspot. We can jump up to 256 lumens and you can start to see the beam there, and that does reach the trees, although wouldn't really be able to pick anything out in the trees at 256 lumens, and for 256 lumens to shine that far is incredible. Then we have our 780 lumens, and you can see even more of the beam, and that reaches way down there, and you'd be able to pick things out in the trees. And then of course you have your 2000, and I can pretty much see everything that is down there in the distance. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Please give it a big thumbs up for me. Make sure you leave some comments below. Please share this video to your friends and family on your social media. If you haven't followed me on Instagram or on my Facebook. The links are below. Go ahead and click those and give me a follow. And as always, click that red subscribe button for more videos.